Hello everyone, my name is Jasmine McCoy and welcome to my channel. If you are new here, thank you for clicking in to drop by, but if you're a returner, it is always nice to have you back. This video, I have a very big, very big announcement to make. It's literally just a small update, but it's big. I have been accepted to my first medical school. I have been accepted to my first medical school. I'm not going to say which medical school because there will be another video that I do at the end of this process where I have all my medical schools, but I have been accepted to my first medical school. That means I will be going to medical school starting in 2023. Now I just feel a lot more like relieved and secure in giving you some suggestions, some comments, and these videos about how it is that I did things during my medical school application process. Because I don't want to be out here putting out all these videos about how I studied for the MCAT, how I get ready for a medical school interview, and I don't get into medical school. But I got into medical school. One medical school has said yes, they want me, so I just feel so much better. It's a great day. Nothing can bring me down. But the purpose of this video is to talk about how it is that I get ready for a virtual medical school interview. And as you know, I'm guessing if you're watching this, it's because you are also in the situation I'm in, applying to medical school, getting ready to start medical school in the 2023 year, or you are someone who is at the start of the application process. Maybe you're studying for your MCAT and are just thinking forward to what you'll have to do in 2024. But that is what we're going to be talking about today, virtual medical school interviews. And they are virtual because we still live in this semi-pandemic world. They understand that there's no reason to be bringing people in, having them take flights, exposing themselves to hundreds of people, if we can just do this over Zoom. Why do that if we have Zoom at our disposal where you don't have to pay for a flight, you don't have to pay for housing, you don't have to pay for transportation. So this is a big time saver. And one of the beautiful things about it is that the financial saving associated with it. But there's also uncertainty because how do you do a medical school interview over Zoom? What do you do to prepare for it? And that is what this video is about. So I think I've done a pretty good job getting myself ready for all of these virtual interviews, considering that I did get accepted to one medical school already. So what do you do once you have received the email saying, we would like to invite you for an interview? First thing that you're going to do is you're going to click that link, log into your profile, your portal, whatever it may be. You're going to go to that interview tab and you're going to pick your date. So on one screen, you're going to have the available dates that the school is offering. And then on your other hand, you're going to have your schedule. So you're going to flip through, okay, what's available, what's available. Some of these schools don't have very many dates available, or if you wait too long, they fill up in some of their earlier dates. So it's in your best interest, as soon as you get that email offering you the interview, just go ahead, pull up your two screens. That way you can have the most options available. And what I've done is I've always tried to make sure that I get the earliest date possible. That way I can show I am interested in your medical school. I want to go here. I want to be at the top beginning of your list of applicants. So you're gonna look, you're gonna see what you want, you're gonna see what you're available for, because you do not, and I almost came very close to doing this, you do not want to try and schedule 2 interviews on the same day, because I almost came very close to doing that. But you're just checking, making sure, okay, I'm available, and then you're gonna click submit or like accept, whatever it may be, and you're going to look at whatever it is that they have on their agenda. Are you going to be starting at 11 a.m., 10 a.m.? Are you starting in Eastern or Central time? That is very important, especially if you're picking places that are outside of your time zone. You want to make sure that you have the right thing. That way you're not showing up an hour early. I mean, that's okay, showing up an hour early, but you definitely don't want to show up an hour late. So what I would always do is after I clicked submit, accept, and got that confirmation email, because they'll always send you a confirmation email of you picked blah, blah, blah date at blah, blah, blah time. I would go into this Excel sheet that I created and make sure that I copy and pasted exactly what they said, the day, the time, and whether it's Eastern or Central. And if it was in Central, or sometimes PST, I would make sure that I would put it into EST, because that's the time zone I'm in. And then you just wait. You wait. Wait, you also have to put it in your calendar. You also have to put that date and time in your calendar. And what I did is I gave it a specific color. So all of my medical school interviews in my calendar, my Google Calendar, are purple. And that's my way of just noting this is an interview day. And now you're in the process of just waiting until that day comes. Unless your medical school, because some of them have done this thing where they say, we have some presentations, some videos that we want you to look at beforehand. And then we want you to do a survey. So they'll typically say, we want you to do this 2 days before your interview day. Go ahead and get that done as soon as possible. Don't wait until that second to last day, because you want to show that you have interest. And now we are getting to like, now you've waited, you've gotten to the day before. And yes, we are going to talk about the day before, because there's still things that I do in order to give myself a leg up and make sure that my actual interview day goes completely smoothly. So what I do is the day before, I make sure that I read whatever it is that I wrote in my secondary application. And that way I can be familiar with what it is that they know about me and what it is that they are thinking about, what it is they might have questions about, and also to just refamiliarize myself with whatever it is, because there's typically always a why did you pick X medical school? So I will reread what I wrote for that, make sure that I know their I will make sure that I know their mascot, that I know their location, that I know their motto. That way I can use that when I'm talking in my interview, and that way to also make sure that I don't say something for a different school. The next thing I'm going to do is some logistical help things. So I'm going to make sure that it's not a ring light, but I'm going to call it a ring light. I'm going to make sure that my ring light is on charge, because what I do not want to happen is me be in the middle of talking with someone in one of my interviews and my light goes off. We do not want that. So your light, it's going to help make you easier to see. It's going to give them a better picture of who you are, and just before and after, because I tried this out on my phone and it even makes a very good selfie light. I will put the link for this in the description. I just got it off Amazon. Nice and simple. But I'm going to make sure that that is charged. I'm going to make sure that my blazer, that my shirt, whatever it is I've chosen for the next day, that is up hanging, that it's been ironed, whatever it needs to do. Because a very important part of this, yes, you're not having to go there in person, but you still want to make sure that at least from the waist up, you are looking presentable. And that is what I would do anyway if you were going in person. So now it's the night before, you've reread what it is that you wrote in your secondary application. You have your ring light on charge. You have your clothes laid out. Another thing that I do is I also make sure that I take a look at the agenda if I can, because sometimes it takes them a while to get that out. But I will make sure that I look at the agenda. That way I can see, okay, I have an interview with my student first, an interview with my faculty next, and then an interview with a researcher, fellowship person, whoever it might be. Or I'll say, okay, my lunch break is from 12 to 12:30. I can make sure that I have my stuff ready to go by then. So that is everything we're going to do the day before. And now we can talk about the day of. The day of, I'm going to wake up, I'm going to get dressed, I'm going to do my hair, going to do my makeup. Yes, I do get up and do my makeup for each and every one of these interviews, just so I can show that I am taking that extra step of putting myself together, showing that I want to put my best foot, my best face, my best zoom forward. And then we're gonna go down, we're gonna eat our breakfast. I'm going to go and sit at my computer, and I'm gonna reread what I already reread last night from my secondary application, just to give myself another refresh before we go in. I'm going to make sure that I get there 15 minutes before when they're expecting us. So if they told us be there at 11 a.m., I'm coming in at 10:45. Have there been times where I've been the only person on the Zoom at 10:45 and then seeing everyone else pop in and just being like, okay, I'm in the right Zoom. I'm in the right Zoom. Also, side note, sometimes the Zooms change. Sometimes they will send you an email beforehand saying, this is your Zoom, be ready for the day of, and they'll send that 2 weeks in advance. Other times it will say, you're gonna log into your portal, log into your profile, and you're gonna check below for your Zooms. Make sure that you refresh, because there have also been times where I logged in 15 minutes before, clicked into that Zoom, and then they're asking, where are you? And I'm saying, I'm in the Zoom. And they're saying, oh, we sent you a new Zoom. We sent you a new Zoom. You have to reload the page and it'll update with your correct Zoom that we're expecting you to be. It was only 2 minutes late, but it was okay. So if that's what you have to do, then don't bother with being on 15 minutes before. Just go 3 minutes before. That way you're not going to be sitting in the wrong Zoom. But even if you are, it's okay, because now we're going to talk about some things that you should have around you. You want to make sure that you have your phone, because we live in the world of technology, because things don't always work out the way you want them to. You need to make sure that you have your phone next to you in case one of the coordinators of the day is trying to reach you. So they might be trying to text you, they might be trying to call you, they might be trying to email you, saying a multitude of things. Maybe you're in the wrong Zoom, like I was that one time. Maybe they're calling to let you know that your interviewer can no longer come, and now you have a free 30-minute block period. Okay, cool. Maybe they're saying that your interviewer is just running late, give it 5 minutes. And you're gonna have your phone face up, sound off, but face up. That way it's there if you need it. You're also going to have your water or whatever beverage it is that you would like to drink sitting next to you. You're gonna have a little snack. That way, if you get a little hungry in between not in between questions, but in between interviews, because I feel like taking a sip of water, that's okay, but just casually eating something in between questions of your interview, not the best look. So you're gonna have that sitting next to you. I also always have my lip stuff. That way, if I need to reapply, I can do that after finishing one interview, going on to the next. And also hair, if you need brush, hairspray, whatever it might be, that's a good idea to have next to you. And that's pretty much it. That is everything that I use to surround myself. So here is a little video showing what that looks like now. And this is where all of the magic is going to happen for my interview. So I sit at this long table in the corner. I sit with one of the paintings behind me just to act as my background. It's not too busy. And then we've got my computer sitting on top of 2 ivy boxes. That keeps it at the right height. That way I'm looking straight ahead into the camera. I've got my water bottle. I've got my fruit and nut trail mix as a snack. Then we've got, and as you can see over there, I have the other chair push out. That way it's not gonna be a distraction. I've got my ring light. It is sitting on charge. Then I also have my lip stuff and my hair. That way, because if I'm gonna be drinking, snacking. I want to make sure that it still looks good when it comes time for me to actually talk. And then on the other side, we've got my my mouse and my mouse pad. But this is what my little interview day station looks like in all its glory. It's nice, it's neat, it doesn't have too much going on, and it helps me get done what I need to get done. Hopefully you found all of that very helpful and that you can use this in your next virtual medical school interview. But even after you finish the interview, after you go, okay, that was good. I know that I put everything out there, that they know all about my academics, they know about my community service, my social justice, my research, they know everything about me. You're not finished. And this is something that you don't have to do. Maybe this is something they ask you not to do. Because sometimes there have been times where they've said, please don't send us any thank you notes. Just say thank you and that's all we need. But if you are able to, go ahead and send a thank you note. And frequently it will be a tab within the portal where you can upload a PDF of your thank you note and it will automatically send it to your interviewers for you. And it doesn't have to be long, just thank you. I really enjoyed being able to interview with you, to talk about my academics, research, community service, leadership, whatever it is that you want to highlight just one final time. And then thank you very much for the opportunity to speak with you. And I thank you again for your consideration of attending X institution. And then you're done. You go ahead and you send that off, and then you wait patiently. And you hope that then you have to wait to see if they're going to let you in, if they're going to waitlist you, reject you, whatever it might be. It's different for every school. All you can do is be patient. All you can do is be patient and just relax. You did everything you had to do. You made it to the interview portion. So you've already gotten past the MCAT, the primary application, the secondary application. You are at the final step now. You're gonna do fine. So that is everything that I do to get myself ready for a virtual medical school interview. If there are any tips, tricks, suggestions, some things that you use to help yourself get ready for it, let me know. Put it down in the comments. I'd love to get some more ideas because I still have some other interviews left. And thank you very much for watching. I will see you in the next video. Bye.